And we are live.
Indeed.
January 17th. We're a little bit early. Had a little bit of a scheduling conflict, so early podcast. We're not that early though, only about an hour and a half earlier than we usually do it. But we were just talking pre-show about Mitch has a trade on for Tesla, and then we were talking about Bitcoin and putting on some short hedges. And I know like a lot of, I've been reading through a lot of threads, and everyone seems to be wondering if we're back to a bull market or if this is like a fake out rally. Mitch and I were both just saying that we had shorts on just to hedge ourselves, obviously in case Bitcoin decides to go back down. It's been holding 21K like really, really well.
Yeah, I think we might be in this range for a bit, which would be cool. Leveling up instead of being in the absolute bottom range.
I wish we were at the bottom longer.
Right. What you putting out the announcement post?
Yep. Working on it. I was scooping up a lot of Bitcoin down at 16K and I was having a great time. So I have mixed, I love when crypto goes up because it just makes everybody a little bit more active. Oh, obviously it makes you feel a little bit better about life, but it also is a detriment if you're a dollar cost averager, because you're just like, I was buying at a great price and now I can buy at a less great price. Still a good price, but
true. But if you're a dollar cost averager, you at least were buying that whole time, unlike some of us who did more sporadic buying and did not get nearly as much as they had hoped or planned. But part of that was also being greedy, because like I have money that could have been applied that's just still sitting there. I should probably cancel that order. My 13.5 order is probably not going to get filled anytime soon. We couldn't just flash crash to 13.5 before we rallied up to 22. Like, come on.
It never will do what you want,
But either way, always happy to see crypto up.
Yeah. Crypto going up definitely feels good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I said it last week. I added a little Bitcoin. I also bought some Atom just because, I don't know, for some reason, Cosmos is one of the holdings in my portfolio that did not have as much of an allocation as I have with like Matic and Rune and some others. So I added a chunk of that like a week or two ago. So that worked out nice.
Yeah, I don't have any Atom. Obviously I have Rune. But yeah, I've been focused pretty heavily on Bitcoin lately.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been putting up those. Well, I put up that one post and then I've got some follow-ups I'm going to do that we'll talk about the collateralized lending that I'm doing. So, paying pretty much every expense through a collateralized loan at these crypto prices. It's what I did in the last bear market. I think it's a great strategy. I mean, it worked really well for me last time.
Yeah, well, and on top of that, if Bitcoin goes up, it just makes things even simpler and easier. And now you're not sweating any kind of margin.
Right. Yeah, like that would be a good post. I just thought of that. Would be to basically track. So like at 16K Bitcoin, right? I was buying a bunch of Bitcoin, putting it in the vault, taking out the loans, paying for stuff, right? And now that Bitcoin is up to 21K, what is that? 5,000. That's like a 31% move from 16. So just call it 30%. that pays off a pretty, I mean, just in terms of equity value, that covers like a pretty solid chunk of a loan of loan
Oh, yeah.
debt, which is kind of like the whole concept is like Bitcoin over long time frames will increase more than will increase more in value than the debt. So then eventually, when Bitcoin's doubled or tripled or quadrupled, you sell a portion of the Bitcoin to pay off the old debt, and then you take out all the Bitcoin, and now you got all that Bitcoin. And then, all your expenses were paid up until that point, basically by the debt. I mean, you're basically just like, it's almost like you're selling, like I was trying to conceptualize it the other day. It's almost like you're selling Bitcoin. You're almost selling Bitcoin at a future price, right? Because you're kind of locking it up, taking some kind of, but not really. You're taking some debt against it. That debt is paying your bills, but you are committing to sell at least some percentage of Bitcoin in the future. And the percentage of Bitcoin that you need to sell is always going to be lower in the future as long as the price keeps going up.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So in a way, yeah. I don't know. It's a lot more fun to pay. Well, it's not never fun to pay bills, but it's a lot less painful to pay your bills when you're paying it with a Bitcoin loan than with real, like with money that you would have used to buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin's
This
low.
is true.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh, I could have bought Bitcoin, but now you're like, oh, I did buy Bitcoin, but I also paid my bills.
Well,
It's kind of nice.
yeah, I mean, I guess to notch that down a level, it's fun to, pay bills just from crypto yields, so, like I said, I have that Juno debit card, and every Tuesday I basically bank some yield from another DEX that I have a little bit of money on, and I just sell that immediately, as opposed to Cub where I stack. And then, it gives me a little everyday spending cash, and
Yeah,
it just feels like free. It feels like free money, even though, I mean, technically it's not. It's like money I earned, I guess, on my staking, but it's not like any money that, it's not, it doesn't feel like a debit to my, balance of wealth, or just, money.
right.
So that's pretty cool. And I guess, you apply that to doing the thing with the loans. It's just like pretty sweet. It's like levels that up, that feeling.
Yeah, it's always nice to find a glitch in the matrix.
And the
Like
real
everyone's
move is you take the yield earnings, you put that into a Bitcoin loan, you borrow against that. Now you're really like totally free rolling. So the only problem with that is you need some sick yield, because the maker down loans are a little bit of whale games.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So what are you saying? You're saying get money into a DeFi yield platform, earn yield, take yield, buy Bitcoin, put it in Bitcoin loan, take a loan, pay bills. That's what you're saying?
Yeah,
I like it.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
But you
I
need
like
to be
it.
earning a lot of yield.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually talking to a Nomad Soul about the collateralized lending. I think that post I put up got a lot of attention from people because they want to be doing it.
Yeah.
So a Nomad Soul reached out and he was looking at opening one. So I guess when you initially open the vault, depending on which vault type you choose, so like the lowest vault basically for Bitcoin loans, the minimum loan you have to take is 15,000 DAI. But that's just to start, right? And that's what I was explaining is like, just to open the loan, you have to take a 15,000 DAI loan, which is pretty high. I mean, it is a little bit whale games. But after that, you can take as little of a loan as you want. Like you can take 100 DAI after that, or 500 DAI. So, if you can initially open the vault, then every month, let's say you're on DeFi yield platforms and you're earning, $500 a month. Then once a month, you take the $500, you buy Bitcoin, and then you can take a 250 DAI loan against it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
So
you just need to get over the initial hurdle of
the
opening the
initial
vault.
minimum loan is a $15,000 loan.
Yep, for that vault type. For the vault
Yeah,
type, the one that I use primarily, like my biggest vault, is I looked at the minimum. It's a 30,000 dive minimum for that one,
gotcha.
and that one just
So then
lets you
if
borrow more, basically.
gotcha. So let's just say for like the minimum one, where it's a $15,000 loan, that means you have to put up how much in Bitcoin, like 30K, or what's the
Pretty.
ratios?
Yeah, it's like about 40%. It's like about 40% that you can borrow. So like say it's
Okay.
60% of the value. So like what is that? 1.6 times 15,000. So you got no, not that. What am I trying to do math wise here?
Well, the good news is if Bitcoin keeps going up, soon that'll just be one Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, right now it's like what? Probably like 1.5 Bitcoin.
Yeah, 1.5. Yeah, pretty much like 1.5 Bitcoin, a little over one
I
and a half
mean,
Bitcoin.
this gives me ideas. Like, I always joke about I have my one forever coin sitting in cold storage just because I just want to have that one Bitcoin. But you think about it, I've had that thing sitting for like 3 years now in cold storage, earning nothing. And
Yeah.
obviously I know I'll have it always and forever if it's sitting in cold storage, but it'd also be nice if I was putting that shit to work, especially, over the last few weeks. So yeah, if I take that and then all I got to do is, and I have, other Bitcoin working and staked. So take some of that with my forever coin. And just like that, I don't really have to dive into much of my Bitcoin that I have staked. And then I could get this loan and get rolling.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The only thing that I really don't like about it is the fact that you have to use wrapped Bitcoin. So you do have
Oh,
some counterparty risk.
yuck.
So it is nice having, yeah, it's nice having the forever coin because then you have no counterparty risk. The only risk is you, because if you
Yeah.
lose your key, if whatever, that's
Yeah.
the only risk. But with wrapped Bitcoin, obviously you have to worry about the security and the solvency of wrapped Bitcoin, which people did. Basically, a bunch of whales were selling wrapped Bitcoin right after the collapse of FTX because they were worried about it, which kind of put a little bit of a stress test on it. But wrapped Bitcoin, turned out to be totally fine. So, it's a calculated risk, I guess. I wouldn't put all my money into it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
am
it comes
very
back to,
comfortable with it, obviously, because I use it a lot.
yeah. Well, everything comes down to risk reward. You're
Yeah,
not really going to get any reward if you take no risk. So keeping your
exactly.
Bitcoin in cold storage is as close to zero risk as you can get, and putting it, in wrapped Bitcoin as collateral on a loan as Maker DAO is, obviously has some risk.
Yep.
So that's what it all comes down to. But yeah, it
100%.
is a interesting strategy for sure, and definitely has its benefits.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep making posts about it because I think people like it. So
Cool. Speaking of posts, not only have I been doing that, but when I post, I've also been creating threads. So I threaded last what was it, on Thursday on our call, and since then I've threaded like 2 or 3 times more since
I like that.
I since there was threads basically basically poking at the fact that the cat was threading, and now, and that I have to continue to thread, otherwise Leo doesn't go to a dollar.
That's true. That's very true.
So
What's kind of funny is just in the last week, so you've been more active. There's been actually just a lot more activity. I just posted a thread right before we jumped on that. Overall threads activity is up about 2x this week.
nice.
So yeah, kind of coinciding with the cat joining.
Apparently,
I'm seeing a lot of
yeah,
new faces. A lot of new faces on threads.
I threaded 15 hours ago. I threaded a day ago. I threaded 2 days ago. And then I threaded 4 days ago. And then I replied to some threads on replies to my threads, all the threads.
All the threads,
We're
meta threads.
we're weaving all the threads for strength. Yeah, what was it? I responded to a thread from Forex Broker. I think I got a few welcome messages. I said a thread here or there is good for the blockchain, I hear.
That's what you threaded?
That was a thread that I like. It was a response thread to a response on one of my threads.
I like that.
The conversation
meta.
continues. Yeah, it's meta. Well, I wrote a post on like short-term benefit versus long-term consequences. So I also created that as a thread, and that thread by far got the most action out of any of my threads, and it got more action than the long form post. Like there's 12 comments on that thread.
Yeah.
And the actual post only has like 2 comments.
It's the power of Twitter on the blockchain,
right? Yeah, because I went
people don't want to read long form content anymore. They just want to engage.
Well, even write it. Like my long form content isn't even that long. Like my long form content averages about 300 words.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a short post. It's a little longer than a thread, but not your like definitely not your addicted or taskmaster type post.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they write posts that long, that often. But yeah, so it was interesting because I went out of town Friday. I got back last night. Obviously, Bitcoin went up and had some volatility because that's what it likes to do when I'm not around. And I was at like this seminar thing, and this woman was dropping knowledge in terms of just like psychology and just how how we work, how we function, and this statement she said that just stuck with me in terms of like almost every decision comes down to short-term benefit versus long-term consequence.
Yep.
So I was like, wow, that actually is very beneficial for crypto investing. So threw it in there. Yeah. It's like we make these short-term decisions to feel better in the moment, regardless if they have long-term consequences. I was thinking about when someone like kind of goes on tilt, so to speak, or just goes bonkers in terms of like whatever trading crypto, and like just shit goes the wrong way and whatever, they get flash crashed, liquidated, whatever it is, and then like you just start making very poor decisions in the moment because you just want to feel like you want to try and get that money back and feel like you're in control, and really all you're doing is doing more long-term damage to your portfolio, because the results of those decisions usually lead to more lost money. So I just feel like it's a really good like qualifying logical question to ask yourself, to like bring yourself back to that, like what is that, your prefrontal cortex, get that thing back involved so you're thinking logically. So but
just need a
I was just thinking
reset.
about that. Yeah, so I thought about that, like procrastination is definitely an issue with me, and like delaying decisions. So anytime I stop procrastinating, I want to try and ask myself that question. I think we should create a meme of Nifty that just has GM on it. Good morning, GM everywhere.
Yeah, speaking of threads, everyone's waiting for the new UI.
Indeed.
We just added, I shared last week, but we were testing this past week, the image uploading service. So we just added that. The other thing was I posted a poll on Twitter because we don't have polls on Threads yet. But I posted a
voted.
poll. I posted a poll on Twitter asking people if they liked 5M to indicate that a thread was 5 minutes old or 5 minutes ago. And it looks like 5 minutes ago was winning last time I checked it. So just adding some kind of like little details here and there. And then we've got obviously a really small group of devs and myself that are testing everything in closed alpha just to make sure we're ready.
So I have a question in regards to that, because I did vote on that. And the funny part is I didn't vote based on my preference. I voted on a guess of, and it probably makes no difference, what uses less data. So I'm like, all right, well, 5M is way less characters than 5 minutes ago. So maybe that will be less, whatever, metadata, bandwidth, blah, 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 and make, things even a fraction of a millisecond faster. Or does that have nothing to do with it?
No, it shouldn't make any difference. Because it's still pulling the same. I mean, really the thing that slows something like this down in terms of like a website is the APIs that it's pulling from and the data that it's loading essentially. But when you're loading that data, whether it says 5M or 5 minutes ago, it's still loading the same amount of data, but then it's just displaying it in two different text formats, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it shouldn't have any bearing on it. I mean, you could theoretically make it super long. Even you could say this thread was posted 5 minutes ago.
That's funny.
And it would still be the same amount of load on the site.
That's good, because I mean, in the end, it really doesn't make a difference to me. 5M or 5 minutes ago, both work. I mean, 5 minutes ago is completely obvious. But I think anyone that's been on, any site, really, like, you see 5M, you know what that means.
Right. Yeah, I don't know which one I like better. I kind of lean both ways.
Well, that's what the vote's for. You don't have to decide, let the community decide.
Yep.
So get your vote in, people.
Yep.
I mean, I don't disagree with Nifty. Like 5 minutes ago is more aesthetically pleasing. Good morning, good night, and good luck.
But yeah, the new UI is coming along really well. So, hoping to have it in everyone's hands very soon for open alpha.
Sooniverse.
In the Sooniverse. And then yesterday we did, so I guess we're just doing all the little LeoVerse updates right now. Yesterday we finally pushed out the new Geyser. So Geyser V6. It's been 9 months since the last Geyser payout.
Wow.
So yeah, so it took a really long time, long time. But now what I was really pushing for, and we went through 3 different developers to get to this place, but what I was really pushing for was full automation of the Geyser, because we went from being fully manual to being semi-manual, and then 9 months ago, a little bit before 9 months ago is when we started working on an automated, 100% automated model. And that just turned out to be a lot harder than I thought. It requires, obviously a smart contract and then a script for the Hive part of it, at least, but a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain. So it took, a really long time, but now we're fully automated. One Alpha is happy. A bunch of other LPs are happy, I'm sure. And I put out a post last night after the Geyser went out, and basically just said, now the Geyser will go out every 15th of the month. And it can be, sometimes it might be the 14th or the 16th, but it's always within like a day of the 15th. And it's just because, with the smart contract, it uses block times. It doesn't use people time, So it's very roughly the 15th, but it's like right around the 15th. And that's just because of how block times tend to work. You know, blocks aren't always the exact same, you know, seconds apart. But then I said in that post, if the payout is missed one month, because I know that a lot of people, you know, I mean, 9 months of missed payouts is pretty crazy. So I know
bananas.
that, yeah. So I know that, you know, with that, there's like a loss of trust in the guys are actually paying out every month. So I just wanted to put like a commitment in there from the team that like the payouts will go out every 15th of the month. And we've tested this thing 6 ways from Sunday. So I'm like 99.9999% confident that this is going to pay out every month without any manual intervention whatsoever. So I just put a commitment in there that if it doesn't pay out 1 month and we have to roll the payouts to the next month because it gets missed, we'll add 20% to the payout just from the team's pocket. And, you know, you'll get 20% extra just for the late payment. Yeah, that's just kind of like a, you know, don't trust, verify type of thing. So I'm excited that the guys are finally off my plate, because now I pretty much won't have to think about it. You know, I'll just check in once a month, make sure that it did actually pay out, and that's pretty much it. And that goes, and I talked about it in that post, but that goes to a broader theme for you know, the LeoVerse, which is we're kind of cleaning up a lot of these fringe projects and things that we've been building, you know, for the last, because, you know, we've been building for the last 3 years. So, you know, we've got a lot of little things that need to be cleaned up. We've got old code that needs to be like deprecated and recreated. And that's like the common theme, I think, over the past year in 2022. And then obviously now kind of going into 2023, we're cleaning up the last of what is out there. And just making things, you know, efficient and automated. Like, we don't want to be wasting dev time and team time working on things that should and could be just completely automated, completely off our plates. And doing that will give us, it just gives the team more room to focus on, you know, things like the new UI and developing the new UI and developing Threads backend and, you know, developing DeFi tooling. You know, rather than wasting all this, we wasted a ton of Solidity dev time on the geyser over the last 9 months, as opposed to being able to, you know, create new smart contracts for Cub or create new smart contracts for Polycub. Like, we just spent all that time and effort and capital focused on automating the geyser. So now that it's automated, it'll save us a lot of effort and obviously allow us to put that in better places. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. And then obviously just a bunch of other little fringe things we're cleaning up. It's just a common theme, but things are getting a lot better in terms of more process for everything, which obviously just lets us put our focus in the right places. Addicted said we're not in the Leo TV channel. I think we are. I did see Nifty say that he couldn't hear either. I mean, you can always listen on YouTube too, but looks like we are. Me.
This is weird. Yeah, I'm showing myself in the Leo TV channel and I'm lighting up. And I see Nifty and Addicted and you and Leo Growth and Marco. Oh, it's not talking about us.
Oh, Task and Nomad Soul.
Yeah, they
always. Oh, it's because they're listening. Yeah.
Yeah, they're never in the Discord. They always listen
on YouTube or something
elsewhere.
Yeah. A Nomad Soul just sent me a link to his post. He's got an idea that he's looking for feedback. Thread prompts. This is the first time I'm reading this live. It's the first time I've seen it. An account announces the daily prompt at 0 UTC. Anyone can join the prompt and tag it daily prompt. Even if people don't see it, they'll see other users engaging and using it. The topics can be about anything. Daily prompt topic can be selected by a squire or ambassador. Ambassador Squire will be in charge of curating the prompts of that day. There can be 3 daily winners picked in terms of engagement with the prompt. Thread storms are allowed. Daily prompts can include some sort of task, like go read a post and leave your opinion about it. Prompts can include anything blockchain related. Daily prompts are simple as post a picture of your dog. My idea is to make prompts get harder every day as the week passes. Monday can be simple, Friday can be difficult. Raids, that reminds me of World of Warcraft, are a reality now. We can increase the awareness of LeoFinance by raiding other communities and even other crypto platforms. Cool, I like that. Threadstorm prompts allow users who are interested in the topic to engage on threads and even start their thread journey in case they're not a part of LeoFinance. Engagement is key. Yeah, I like this idea. I think it looks cool. It looks cool. So yeah, go read. I mean, I just read you like the bullet points out of there, but go read a Nomad Souls post, leave them a comment, and brainstorm about thread prompts. So a lot of what we're doing, you know, just to broaden this out a little bit, a lot of what we're doing this year is focused on 5,000 monthly active users. That's like our overarching goal. Our mission for 2023 is to release the new UI and get 5,000 monthly active users for LeoFinance by the end of this year. So we got, you know, 11 and a half months to do it. But you see initiatives like thread prompts and a lot of the stuff that a Nomad Soul is doing with Leo growth. And, you know, just keeping in mind that big target for this year. And that's really what we're focused on. So it's awesome to see that already in 2023, you know, threads activity is up 2x. I'm sure with the new UI, threads activity is going to spike like crazy. And then, you know, initiatives like this can even take it to the next level. And then obviously onboarding people from the outside. You know, once people start seeing that the platform is like, you know, heavily engaged with, and like you said, like you posted, like when you post an article on Hive, you might get 2 or 3 comments, but when you posted it, your first thread, you got 12 comments, right? So, you know, it's just a lot more engaging. People like to use it. It's easy. You know, it doesn't have that huge hurdle of, oh, you got to read this post, then you got to come up with something to say, then you got to comment, and then the author has to look back at his own posts and then look through the comments. You know, threads just makes it so much easier.
Like threads are cool because literally some of my threads are literally just like post titles. Like they're literally what would be the titles of my post. And I don't have to track down an image to put in there that I think goes with it. It's actually super easy, super fast. And it has the same result in terms of the conversation that strikes up, and actually has more activity, as you were just saying. So it's wins less work, more interaction, more activity. Sounds perfectly on par with the direction our society is going.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's you know, everything is moving towards that microblogging direction of like TikTok, Twitter, you know, it's just like, yeah, exactly. Nomad Soul, it's easier to reply because you don't have to read 500 words to have an opinion. Exactly. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. You know, you can you literally just look at a thread and create, like, I mean, you either have something to say or you don't, but you know within seconds if you're going to reply to that thread or if you're going to reply to the one below it. Like I just posted in Discord, I posted that meme of good morning, the Batman good morning. And then, you know, I literally just posted in threads and said 4 nifty. And then he replied and he said memes need love, or need more love. And it's like 2 interactions right there created in seconds. And then earlier this morning, I posted a screenshot of the Bitcoin chart and I just said, Bitcoin's going crazy. And that's, you know, that's the fun part of threads. There's no stupid hurdles, arbitrary hurdles that you have to run over and get through in order to either make content or engage with content. And I think that's just you know, yeah, Taskmaster upvoted me 100%. So I'm officially rich. He can set me to a Threads auto vote at 100%. I'll drain his VP.
Yes, please sign me up. Well, I mean, that's something too. I mean, you know, it's nice to see some votes on Threads and like, you know, earn a little bit here and there, but my Threads are not going to earn what my blog posts do, at least not now, maybe at some point.
Yeah, that's the thing about Threads, right? Like with a post, you're always going to earn more per post. But with Threads, I have a feeling that over the long term, you know, and this might already be true right now for some authors, that you'll earn more from all of your Threads activity than you will from posting. Because like if you post once a day and earn, you know, I don't know what you would earn average, maybe like $2 a post or something on Hive. And that's so you earn $2 a day from posting, right? But what if you're like the most active Threads user and you're posting like 1,000 threads a day and you're replying to all sorts of people and Taskmaster is giving you 100% upvotes on your threads, and suddenly you're earning, you know, $20 a day on your threads. And the other cool thing about Threads is that nobody's sitting there bean counting your earnings. You know, that's one thing I dislike about Hive, is that there's a lot of bean counters out there that are sitting there and like, oh, you earned $4, but you should have earned $2, and this post isn't worth $4. And you earned $200 last month, but I think you should have only earned 100. So I'm going to start downvoting your content just to get you back to 100 where I think you belong. And it's like the bean counting, you know, I hate that. So on Threads, you know, we're just doing away with that. There's no bean counting. I don't think there's anybody sitting there saying, oh, you know, Cal posted 6 threads and Taskmaster upvoted one of them at 100% and he's earning $4, and you know he needs to be downvoted because he's earning too much money. Like it's just stupid. Like I think downvoting definitely has a place, but the bean counting and telling people what they can and can't earn is not, that's just not how social media works, you know. Like Kim Kardashian can post a picture on Instagram and make, you know, $6 million from a brand paying her, and she could put one sentence in there. And honestly, like, let's all be honest with ourselves, her assistant is probably putting the caption in there, but you don't see anyone
100%.
running around saying, no, you don't deserve $6 million for this, Kim Kardashian. So
I think, yeah, probably because like, I guess it's like you don't physically see it, like, and it's not real time. So that's what makes it like almost, it's silly that's honestly probably the difference.
100%.
I don't know, but I just responded to one of Task's threads about Tesla, and then I see another thread he put a minute ago. Will Cal tease on Threads with pics of new UI that none of us get to use, or will he only do it on Discord?
Oh, funny. I usually do a nice little mix. I just posted one on Threads about it was less of a tease, but
I think Nifty is having feelings of meme deficit disorder on Threads. Nifty needs more memes on Threads. That actually, you know what? Occasionally I get on like a little meme kick, and for Threads, I think that would be perfect. If I'm gonna meme, I'm gonna meme on Threads.
Yeah, because then you get paid for it. I'm replying to all your replies. This is my teaser, but you guys don't have a notifications UI. Sucks to suck.
Goes to. I'm getting distracted, replying to all these threads.
Just Nifty just dropped some fire memes. Yeah, this is basically turned in the weekly live threading show.
Right. I know. I'm trying to do the update, the recap post too, and whatever. I got the guys are in there. I got the threads stuff in there. Good enough.
We got a lot of threads during this AMA. Nifty just posted a Bernie Sanders meme. I'm once again asking for more memes on Threads. Pretty funny.
Nice.
I've asked for more memes on Threads. I like when people post memes on Threads. We need more. More memes. More memes, less dreams.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna put Nifty's request in the recap post. Let me put the correct tag for your
If we can make the hashtag
Leo
memes,
account name.
maybe that should be our goal this week, is to make the hashtag memes a tag trend on Threads. Where is it right now? It is way down there. It's got 18 threads, and LPUT has 422. GM Friends has 353. So we got about 340 threads we got to make to surpass GM Friends, and 400 to surpass LPUT. Yeah, the AMA, where the Soons turn to memes. If I could just meme instead of Soon, I'd be happy.
All righty. The meme request is in the recap post.
Give me all of your memes.
Nifty, I'm assuming at the right, your whatever it is, at L337M45732 account. That's where it looks like you post from.
Yeah, his
I just
account is
caught-
very easy to
Very easy to
tag.
remember. I just copy pasted from his one of his threads.
RM Sadkri. I don't know how to pronounce that. It looks like it's just initials though. I don't know. Tell us how are you planning to onboard new users on Threads? It's a daunting task. Ask Cat to tell his friends to thread. Yeah, that's one way. Tell the cat, where's Gwalter? Where's Mike?
That's right. I should tell
I don't
Walter to be
see I don't see them threading their,
You know
Alchemist
what?
Nation.
Actually, I do need to hit him up about doing threads, because I don't think he realizes that's a thing, and that's much more in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, I mean, he could either start now with the alpha UI on LeoFinance, or he could wait for the open alpha new UI.
That's probably the better play, but I'll bring it up. I'll be on the 100 Millionaires podcast with the both of them tomorrow morning, so I can bring it up and shout it out on the podcast.
Yep. That's funny. I know Mad Soul. Good way to remember it though.
Regional manager said, "Cry what?" Oh,
Pretty funny.
that is actually. I mean, that's a good way to remember.
Really. Nifty will be on the ESNC Discord podcast at 3 p.m. Eastern, if anyone wants to drop in. Oh, I also did see pull it up. What's Up posted that there's going to be a community, a LeoFinance end user meet and greet.
Oh yeah, I forgot when it is.
Drop in the link. So she is going to host basically a community. It's not an AMA. It's like a community chat, right? Like a community town hall, basically. And she's hosting it in her Discord, which is called The Pulse. So if you want to jump into that, I pasted the link in Discord. I'll post a thread too in case anyone watches this recording and wants to find it. It should be done on Threads Taskmaster. Maybe someone can listen to them talking and then post, live thread from the box seat. Let me post this link. I posted on Threads. But yeah, so that's cool. I actually just saw it this morning. But it looks cool. I might drop in and just listen. I'm not going to talk during that one. It's going to be in the Pulse Discord, and she said the topics are community building, idea exchange, and networking for LeoFinance. So jump in there tomorrow. It's at, what time is it? 12 p.m. PST, which is 3 p.m. Eastern. Nomad Soul said, we chatted about it a couple of days ago. I'm going to be live, but next month we want the Cal to be live. Could do that. I'm down.
All the
I'll be there
multitasking.
tomorrow. I just won't chat. I'll be a listen only tomorrow.
That's so Wu's thing is tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Tomorrow 3. I actually think I'm going to be around for that. Yeah, I'll be. I think I am in front of my machine until 4 tomorrow, so I may be able to jump in. Sweet, and I am already part of that Discord server, which it's been so long I didn't even realize that was her server.
Yeah,
The Pulse crypto discussion. Yes, I have it. I see it in my Discord. Sweet. I'll try and make a cat cameo.
Cat cameo, I like it. That sounds like it could be turned into a meme.
It probably could.
Taskmaster threaded 1 million threads per day solves all of LeoFinance's problems. Very true. Very true. You know what I'm really excited about is that, like, if you go back even like 2 or 3 months ago, threads were like, you would open threads and like the latest thread that you would see would a lot of times be like, 45 minutes ago or an hour ago. And now whenever you open threads, like the latest thread is like 53 seconds ago. And then, the next one's a minute ago, 5 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. So it's like the activity is really there now where you can like just open it up at any time of the day and someone is threading. So that's what you need to start onboarding more people. Like we have to have that baseline activity. Otherwise threads is just not even fun to use. And,
Exactly.
I think we've got it. And, yeah,
I just added threads as a tag on my recap post. In fact, I'm going to start adding threads as a tag when appropriate on my long form posts, which won't really probably be often outside of the AMA recap.
Addicted said, where are the bean counters? Because I upvoted Taskmaster's thread.
Funny. Well, bean counters can upvote the recap post that is now in Leo TV chat.
That we could do a really funny meme campaign about bean counters. Probably just piss off a bunch of people, but they're not looking at threads. They're all busy bean counting on Hive.
Controversy brings attention. There's
Very
no
true.
such thing as bad publicity, right?
Yep, very true.
So, in fact, maybe that's what we're missing. Maybe we need a good controversy to get things really going. We need Cal to go pick a fight with someone out in the Twitterverse.
Yeah, I would be down. Pick a fight with Elon. I'll tell him he's going. I'll ask him when. I'll say when, Elon. When?
Yes.
When crypto wallet.
Yeah, exactly. When Tesla wallet.
Yeah. Nifty said, shout out to the cat for spelling my username correctly. Take you 100% vote, sir.
Much appreciated. And that's the power of copy paste. Copy pasta. Go to said profile, highlight said name, hit copy, go to your post, right click, hit pasta.
You're surprised how many people don't do that.
Oh, I am a copy pasta king when it comes to like usernames and things like that.
Yeah.
Especially because like even, when I got into that habit, especially because I do the weekly why is my brain freezing on the name of
100
this?
millionaires.
No, the MSP
Oh,
weekly
minnow curation.
minnow, yeah, minnow
Yeah,
curation.
yeah.
There you go. Couldn't think of the word minnow. So obviously, like, I'm grabbing those posts and then I put a title like, so and so's post is about. So I'm not spelling out these people's username. So I copy their username, paste it in. Otherwise, I'll lose my mind trying to type out especially some of those usernames. Kind of like Nifty's. Imagine typing a few of those out every week. Murder me, please. Ain't got no time for that. But yes, I mean, I meant to say yes, Nifty. I spelt it from memory perfectly. I deserve all the upvotes. Such votes, much coins. Can we start that meme? I'm gonna start that meme. Such votes, much coins. I'm gonna send messages to the universe to get me more votes and coins. In fact, I'm starting that thread meme right now. I got to create the meme picture though. That's gonna take a minute. I don't know if I can do that live.
Live on air. Yeah, this whole
Live
show
and
was basically
direct.
just live threading, but I like
Live
it.
threading.
It was very engaging.
I like it. I like it a lot. What do we got? 11:13 in the Eastern.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
12:12 you got to go to. So
Yeah, I was just putting it in my maps to see how far I gotta drive. Yep,
Nifty
much
knows what
better.
he's
Everyone
talking
upvote
about.
the cat. Everyone upvote the cat.
Nifty knows exactly what he's talking about. Smart man right there. No bias at all in that statement. Threads.
All of the threads.
I did not realize my username is tough to pronounce. I guess, yeah, it is. RM. I mean, I would. Rumastic. Yeah, I'm not even. I'm failing.
Yeah, but
Misatri. I can't even do it. My mouth
well,
doesn't
it's
work.
yeah. I mean, he even said it's like initials, right? So you're not meant to pronounce it, I guess.
Gotcha. Oh, is it like
Yeah.
RM?
Yeah.
Sad Cree.
Yeah, I think so.
So
But I'm sure when
then
he reads it, he reads the initials as the words. You know what I mean?
probably.
But for us, we don't know the words, so we just read the initials, and then it's hard. At least it's easier than Nifty's. Nifty's is
Oh, that's why he's nifty. That's
nifty,
how you read
nifty.
it. The task wrote, Tom Brady sucked last night. Is he done? I will not lie and say I enjoyed watching Tom Brady lose and not get calls. Not only did he not get calls, like they surprisingly called penalties against the Bucs that I was like, wait, they called that? So I was like, this is awesome. Finally, after 2 decades of getting so many calls.
Sweet. Well, I'm gonna jump. We will go upvote the cat. His WenSoon post is out.
Rock and roll. I'm about to create a thread too.
I already beat you to it. Made a thread of yours, but you should make
Oh
another
no,
one.
I'm not talking about that. I'm gonna make a thread for the much such votes, much coin.
Oh, I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
I would already. I could have just said that, but I want to create a meme, so I'm gonna like go on Canva and create like a image.
Upvote the
So
cat's WenSoon post and then upvote the cat's meme and use the
meme will be
hashtag memes. Let's try to make it
yes.
trend this week. I'm gonna start
Oh
posting a
yes, you
bunch
know
of
what?
memes.
There's a hole in my thread game. I forgot to use hashtag. So yes, I will be sure I hit pound meme, pound GM.
I like that. I like that.
Coolness. Yeah, I will post that a few minutes after because I'm gonna go create that meme image as soon as we hang up.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks, everybody. We will see you next week. What is it going to be? The 24th? 24th.
Sounds good. 24th. And I will see some of you tomorrow at 3 on Woo's Leo Gathering.
Yep. Yeah, I'll see you guys there tomorrow as well.
I'll put a reminder on my
3 p.m.
phone right
Eastern.
now. 3 p.m. Eastern. Perfect. Pulse Discord.
Sweet.
All right, everyone. Until next time.
All right. Catch you later.
Peace.
See ya.